All right, so we're going to pop on just a little bit early, let people filter in. So I'm just going to take care of something real quick here. Grab a drink, grab some popcorn, go pee, we'll go pee, and we'll get after it. We will get after it. It's been an incredibly productive day today. I've been plugging away. I'm sitting here. This is not the fanciest background. I wish I could change it in live. To do something else other than be green, but you get what you get. What's up, Cal? Alan, man, appreciate that. Big fan of you watching the content. I think first and foremost, content's content, but nothing if people don't watch it. So thank you very much for spending your time and subbing and participating and all the good stuff. We'll get into some Q&A today. I'm not going to start answering questions quite yet. The reason being, I want to let people filter on. We put that little notification up earlier on today that we'd be going live. So we're going to go live, and we're going to be Aing your cues, talking a little bit about the upcoming extremely exciting program release that we're going to be doing next Friday, the 20th of November. That's what I've been working on like crazy over the past, while. It's, when we do any or build any new program, it's a process. It takes time, right? We first and foremost have to come up with, okay, who is this fitting? Like, who is this for? And as we program, it's like, how do we check as many boxes as we can in order to help as many people as possible, right? Because general programs they're general programs. If you're looking for that kind of more one-on-one or customized experience, we do have, our Team PPA remote training, which is awesome as well. It gives you the ability to train through our app and ask questions and send videos. But this will be a $39 product, but it's going to give you a 12-week progressive program with coached videos all the way through, as well as an updated version of our jump guide, which is a product that we already have and we've had for a while, which is like an educational resource. It's a manual that I wrote, and it's been updated. And I'm super excited to be able to release that as a free bonus with the program. So yeah, next Friday. Alan talking about, November 20th. You got to check it on your calendar. Make sure you have the money set aside, because we're going to put it up and they're going to go like hotcakes. They work. This program will work. I repeat, this program will work in conjunction with any training program that you're doing, and it will complement it. Okay. Technique is the left to the right. It's the right to the left. It's the up to the down. It's the perfect balance for your strength training to be able to move and perfect and perform and progress and P words as an athlete. Okay. So that's what we want you to do. Nick Ryan, thoughts on knees over toes guy programs? So I don't know Ben's programs in and out. I don't know. I know what he believes in. I definitely am a fan of people that help other people. Ben and I are on great terms. Same with Chase and Ben. So, it's one of those things where if you fit with somebody and you fit with their the way they, their rhythms, the way they coach, the programs, then go with it. We're a big supporter of people progressing no matter where they are, whether they're with us, whether they're with Ben, whether they're with, Connor and Isaiah and those guys at THP, Paul. When I get asked about it, it's really like, you can definitely make progress anywhere, but we're biased, right? Like, both Coach Chase and I know that we've been in this game longer than all of them. We've been doing this and what we've done for many, many more years. And I've coached many more athletes. So it's one of those things where, we believe that, we're the best, but we're not here to say that other people aren't good too. So go where you're comfortable. All right. I'm going to just angle this just a little bit here. That's more beautiful. Beautiful. Alan, I wanted to ask you if it's possible to combine this program with other vertical jump training. So as I just mentioned, this jump technique program is designed specifically to work alongside training programs. Okay. So this technique program is, there's no weights. This is all mindful technique work. This is the work that I do. This is the work that Coach Chase does with athletes all over the world. This is what we're, flown places to work with athletes for. This is the stuff that others are still catching up on. This is what popularized us, was the technique protocol. So this is why PPA, is because I created this foundation and vocabulary and then popularized it over the last 5 to 10 years. So do I think it'll work well? I know it will work well because, I built it. So do I think the exercises are good? I don't know. I'm sure that they have a variety of exercises, and I'm sure they're all, designed to do what they do. So I can't speak specifically on someone else's program when I have never done it. But like I mentioned before, and like we mention time and time again, exercises are tools. And there are many, many tools to accomplish the same job. So it's really just identifying the proper tools for you in the moment and realizing that no one specific tool is the best tool, right? If you're trying to build a house. So I look at building our body to jump higher as like building a house, right? You're not going to build the whole house with a fucking hammer. You're not going to go into your house and put up all the walls with a hammer and lay down your tile with a hammer. You're going to use different tools for the job. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Shane, what's cracking? If you're popping on here, we're heading into this Q&A, and we got lots of questions already. We're just catching up. I was just talking a little bit about our upcoming jump technique program. We're excited. This is something that I hope every single person who wants to jump higher jumps on board with, because it will accelerate your results, because, technique is the vehicle for your strength. So if you are expecting to jump higher just because you get stronger, like you will until you don't anymore. And then it's very evident that you require the efficiency of movement and behavior in order to jump higher. This is what we're able to walk in to a situation with and add inches to people's jumps like right away, because they already have the strength there. It's like, we're just showing you how to access it. Shane, personally, how often did your motivation change for jumping during your pro dunking years? That's a great question. That's something that I don't think I've ever been asked that before, but I'm very transparent about who I am as a person, who I was as an athlete, who I am as an athlete. And I was a fluctuating mindset at times. And it was because I still do deal with and manage very high levels of anxiety to the point where, I will avoid social settings for months on end. But I'm getting quite a bit better at understanding how to live with this. People probably wouldn't know that if you just saw me over lives and content and YouTube and Instagram and in person, even coaching, because I probably come off as someone who's quite confident and put together and very sure of myself. But deep down, I've always dealt with a high level of anxiety. And it's just that my work and what I do makes me feel very wholesome and in control, and the rest of my life and the rest of the world doesn't. So my motivation shifted very similarly to how my emotions shifted. So I just posted a vlog to our channel here where, I'd been asked to take you guys along for the ride, come along with one of my days worth of, whether it's work or whatever. I decided that vlog number one was I was going to take you through one of my discus practices. So I'm a master's athlete now. So I was like, hey, I'll take you to the park. We'll talk about disc a little bit, and you guys see me work out, and then we'll be good. And you'll see in the video that my motivation shifts and my mindset shifts, and I talk to you a little bit about it. So if you haven't watched the vlog already, go watch it. But great question, Shane. Thank you. Alan, you do got me. Boom. I do this, and my son goes when I flex like that. We say, show us your muscles, and he gives us a big flex. Gloaty, Poba. How far from the rim do we have to jump to dunk? That will vary depending on the athlete. I've seen people be able to jump from right under the rim, vertical, and people that jump from very far away. But it's really identifying where the peak of your jump happens to be able to optimize that. And that comes with reps on reps on reps. So there's not I'm not going to say everybody needs to jump from 3 feet beyond the rim to be able to touch the rim or dunk a basketball. That's part of learning the skill of dunking, right? And jumping. Dunking is 2 skills, right? It's jumping and dunking. and it requires practicing both. So if you are just practicing dunking on a 10-foot rim, you're missing the boat. Lower your rim, find some low rims, and put in some low rim practice and work on that as well. The fuck is that noise? Can you guys hear that? I'm in my garage gym office, and somewhere back there's something big growling away. Blah, blah, blah. What we got here? Hello, Frave. What's cracking? I recorded myself jumping. I look like a log. No arms or legs, just a log. Listen, man. Part of growth of an athlete is being very real with yourself, right? I think that is the one most kind of underrated element of growth mindset is you have to sometimes have that honest talk with yourself and say, listen, I need some work. I need to dive in and I need to embrace my weaknesses and I need to make them my strengths, which is going to require being uncomfortable and being vulnerable. And the best athletes in the world are ones that are not afraid to be vulnerable, especially when it comes to getting better at a skill. Okay, so just take time and practice. Hey, this is a perfect segue because the next question is like, hey, how do I get good jump technique? This is for Gloaty. This is for Frave. This is for everybody on here trying to be a better athlete, better jumper. Is we are dropping our 12-week progressive jump technique program next Friday, the 20th of November. This is a game changer. This is, you can do it with any other training program and it complements it. It's a couple days a week and it progresses over 12 weeks to teach you how to move more like a jumper, how to use more of your power and really become more efficient. Okay, so I coach you all the way through it. There's warm-ups, there's workouts, and these workouts are not like weights. These are mindful movement-based workouts that are technique-oriented. So for instance, I'm a discus thrower right now, right? I mean, I've been a track athlete my whole life, but I'm throwing discus because jumping is something that I can't do safely anymore with my spine. So I throw disc. Discus is an exceptionally power-oriented sport, explosive, throwing a heavy 4.4 pound discus as far as possible. That requires efficiency. It requires explosion, so weights and explosive training, but it requires technique to be able to transfer through the discus. I work technique, and Olympians work technique nonstop. Hey, weightlifting, clean and jerks, snatches, super heavy weights that require you to be powerful, explosive, strong. Olympians and the best in the world work technique every single week. Why in God's name are we not prioritizing jump technique when jumping is the kind of rawest expression of power and strength that we can possibly do with our body? Right? Track and field, jumping, 1 foot, high jump, triple jump, long jump, technique every single practice. Why all of a sudden when it comes to dunking and volleyball and basketball is jump technique not important, right? Why? Well, you just jump higher because you're stronger. Well, like, yeah, you do, but why not be able to jump your highest? That's what this program will accomplish. It's a $39 program. It's a 12-week progressive program, and you get a free copy of our updated jump guide manual. Boom, mic drop. I can't drop this mic. It's attached to my desk. Okay, ankle, Gloaty, any ankle and knee pain advice? So we have some great content on YouTube for knee pain, so go watch it. We also have a knee pain program, so go buy it and do it. Ankle pain is if it's a sprained ankle, that progression is going to be number one, excuse me, is letting the body do its healing work, but also maintaining some mobility through that healing process. And then you're going to progressively strengthen and challenge the body's proprioception by doing things like standing on 1 foot, strengthening your feet in order to function better, to control your ankles so that you lower the risk of doing that again in the future. Also, don't depend on things like high top shoes for ankle strengthening. They don't do anything. Wearing high tops does not reduce the chance of ankle sprain. It 100%, I repeat myself, is this thing on? Wearing high top shoes does not at all help prevent ankle sprains. If anything, it actually creates an environment for more ankle sprains. Mind blown. All right. Massage. Oh man, I wish I could say everybody's name perfectly. Do you think that everyone should work toward long push during the penultimate step? I don't think everybody needs to work toward a long push. I think everybody needs to work toward an active push. And that looks different from athlete to athlete, meaning a strength or power-based athlete that has a bit of a slower initial approach will have a more exaggerated penultimate and accelerate more through the penultimate than an elastic or speed jumper that has more initial approach speed that will use the penultimate to, yes, cover distance and lower the center of mass, but it becomes a little bit more of a passive effort to the eye. But you're still very active through that stride. So long is really about being active, and it doesn't have to look exactly the way that an exaggerated penultimate looks. And that's all in our program. I'm super excited for you to have it and use it and learn from it and benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? Heel spur. Okay, I'm coming back. I'm just blah, blah. Can average Joe reach the magic 40 without lifting? Not likely. Maybe, but not likely. If you're not trying to, here's the thing, you can jump and get better at jumping, and then you'll jump and then you'll be injured. Like your body eventually has a threshold, like the capacity of your tendons and your joint structures has a threshold. And if you do not increase the threshold or the capacity of those connective tissues, and you put high amounts of forces on them, well, hey, they can only take so much because the threshold is low. So build the capacity by lifting, getting stronger. Generally, 99% of the world will jump higher by prioritizing general strength, not special strength and crazy plyos. Like just get stronger, make your body stronger, and you will jump higher because you will not lose as much energy. Gloaty, how do I get a free copy? I can't afford Soar. You can't get a free copy. Well, that's not true. We're going to run a couple giveaways, so you might luck out and win a copy. However, I really, really, really urge you to think about what you can and can't afford and what's really worth your time in saving and investing in yourself. Okay, what I mean by that is this $39 program might be quite expensive for you now. However, it's not going anywhere. We're going to release some of it in chunks so people can see. You're going to learn a little bit along as it drips into social media. However, if you put a little bit of money aside consistently over time, like training, right? You put a little bit of work in consistently over time. Well, hey, then you afford it. But yeah, we have lots of things like giveaways, and maybe you win. Maybe you win. Gloaty, I hope to see you, man. Hope to see you using it. Okay, Frave. Hearts to you too, my brother. Or if you're not my brother, my sister, I can't tell by the name. I'm sorry. Abby, coach on my approach, right? Coach on my approach. A little bit of bars there. How would I get into the muscle memory of jumping straight up instead of forward? Jumping straight up, again, we have to think of the context of when you're jumping. Why would we want to go straight up, right? There's going to be a little bit of forward movement no matter how good you are at transitioning horizontal to vertical. But the technique work involved for that is going to be, hey, guess what? Again, in our program that we are dropping next Friday, we have lots of content on this channel already that goes over how to prioritize your center of mass. But ideally is when you are transitioning through your jump is trying to lead the jump through the hip versus the head and the shoulders, which means if you let your head and shoulders get too far ahead of you, well, it becomes very difficult to have a more upright posture through the crucial strides. So slow things down, shorten your approach, and pattern. Juan G, how many hours is the new program? Should we do it before or after the workout? More details will come, but in a nutshell, this program is twice a week and can be done on off days or after your other workout. They are not crazy high volume. They have warm-ups involved that you will do regardless of how warmed up you are, because they, again, are structured to build you a certain way. And I would imagine the workouts are going to take anywhere from 25 to 40 minutes. So they're not 25 to 40 minutes twice a week. How's that sound? Frave. When I tried to jump high, my friends told me that I probably jump only with my arms, meaning that I don't use the sprint and the penultimate step. That's very common, Frave. It's very common to underutilize your body, and that comes down to practice and reps, and oftentimes shortening your approach right down. I've worked with in excess of, I would say, 1,200 athletes in person over the last 5 years. Okay. And that is in combine settings, that is in person. And I would say 90% of the time, okay, so 90% of 1,200 cases, what I'm doing is actually removing approach distance. So I'm shortening the distance and I'm actually slowing people down, which might seem counterintuitive, but it's not, right? What we're looking to do is find our maximum controlled velocity. Going fast for the sake of going fast is only appropriate if you can control it. So if we slow things down and shorten things down a bit, and you can control the speed you have, even if that speed is slower and you can translate more of it, you in fact jump higher. And I had a recent jump overhaul in person at the gym maybe a couple weeks back, and we had I think it was 6 total inches between standing and full approach vertical increase in about 20 minutes with slowing down and shortening an approach. Technique for this. I love your jump guide drills. Absolutely. Thank you very much. So this new program will come with an updated version of the jump guide that you have and the new program. So I'd recommend, even if you have the jump guide, is get this new program. You'll get an updated version and you will have a program to follow along. For $39, this is a no-brainer. Okay, all of our programs are incredibly affordable. Okay, $39 is the most expensive program we have, and you got to think what you're getting, right? Over the course of 3 months, it's like barely $10 a month, barely $10 a month. All right. Frave, they're not expert like you, but I keep advice from everyone. I would be cautious about who you take advice from, especially in this realm, because, well, a lot of people will misunderstand what they've heard. That being said, I wish you nothing but luck. All right, bro, and you're a bro. Bro it up. Boom. Bro pound. That sounds strange. How do you keep knees healthy during your dunking days? Well, knees being healthy is prioritizing how many dunking days you have and then how much load and volume you have on your knees otherwise, right? If you're jumping on a court, whether it's your sport, you have to keep in mind, like, how much jumping should I be doing in training, right? You're getting a lot of efforts through your sport. There's no need to go in and do a billion more plyometrics. So you're going to build up the strength to support the amount of jumping you do in the gym, and then you practice the skill of jumping on the court. If you're looking for actual ways or things to do, is don't be afraid to slow movements down, right? When you slow movements down and put more stress on those connective tissues, the tendons that connect the muscle to the actual bone themselves, that's what really helps with decreasing the chance and likelihood of injury. So slow things down, right? Isos, eccentrics, slow eccentrics. Glody, I'll come back. I'll watch some of your videos. Dope. Hi, everyone. Tunahan. Hey, hi to you. Thanks for being here. Hi, Coach. Why does a torn ACL usually make you less explosive? Isn't the ligament just for stability? So the ligament is primarily for stability, yes, but when you have a traumatic injury to a main stability joint, its ability to express power is affected. So that means that we're losing the ability to transition signal, and we're also really affecting the mind, right? When you tear your ACL, it's very difficult to approach things, all puns intended, in the same way with the same intensity. So it takes some time to build the strength and responsiveness, but you can get back to a point where you definitely have that speed of signal being sent through the body, from the tissues to the brain, and vice versa. So just be patient and take your time, and it will come back. Damn it. All right, so it looks like I lost my my webcam. I hope you guys are still there. What I'm gonna do is, so my battery died, and that was great. Let me see if I can find out how to toggle over to my webcam. Give me a second here, y'all. Edit. No. Dang it. I'm here, I promise, and I know you're not seeing my pretty beautiful face, but we're going to get it back. Here's what I'm going to do. You ready for this? I'm going to jump off. We're going to end the live stream. We're going to come right back, and we're going to see what's all about. If I haven't answered your question, don't forget it and ask it again.